Are we live?
Hello.
We
are live. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of The Qualified. I'm Jedi Johnson 22, joined as always by the great Dom Tober, the always steady but sometimes absent Styx Boy 73, the bad to the bone Brucifer, and the architect joesduelin. What's going on, fellas?
Not much.
It's Friday. I'm waiting. I'm supposed to get 4 to 6 inches of snow tonight between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. So that'll be fun. That's something.
I'm glad you said snow.
It's being dirty early. What the?
Let's get it.
Bringing the heat. Bringing the heat early.
I did not.
Well, you know they call Styx tripod up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dom, maybe not Styx. I didn't see that one coming. Good job.
Sometimes unipod. So.
Yeah, it's not a tail in his pocket.
He just bounces on it.
Yeah. It's like Godzilla when he does the run and kick.
Oh. Whoa. What is wrong?
Well, we've got an exciting show tonight. Dom's quiet, so that's something to note right off the bat. But we've got an exciting show. Going to cover a lot. Going to let Joe kick us off with what he's got in store.
Yeah, so I figured say hi to the chat, do a little outside looking in, do some pickups, got a little news discussions tonight. We got a first impressions for one hand, our new Ram V book. We have a nice storm, little character spotlight, and kind of course we're going to throw some Styx trivia in there. I was going to let it just be a surprise because I know how all of you are anxiously awaiting that. And then we'll close out today with some just fun romantic comic covers in honor of Valentine's Day, just to close out the show. So, with that, you want to say hey to the chat there, Jedi?
Let's say hello to the chat. GT coming in first after a couple of weeks, second and third. He is back on top and not letting us forget it. Tommy Longbox, happy Friday, peeps. Have a good show. Catch you on the rewind. Thank you, Tommy, for catching us on the rewind, and everybody else that catches us on the rewind. We appreciate it. Happy Friday to Ronnie and Rasco. Congratulations to Ronnie and his Kansas City Chiefs. My wife got a spinner rack. How cool is that? That is pretty cool. I do too. Those things. Nice. I've looked at buying some new ones, right? Because you can get them on Amazon or whatever. Not cheap, by the way. So a good gift. I'm curious if she got it brand new or if she picked one up at like an antique clearance, one of the old ones that used to actually be
the old ones are pricey too. The old ones are really pricey.
Yeah. The ones that have lived. I like things that have lived like that.
The old ones are made of more steel, right? The older ones?
Yeah.
I haven't pulled the trigger. I don't know if I'll ever find an actual used one but I've looked at I don't know if I'll ever pull the trigger on a new one because those are a little pricey. BK in the house. I demand Marco subtitles on Sunday and Wednesday.
I don't know who's gonna be able to translate those for subtitles.
That's you guys just see part of it.
Might have to fall down the stairs head first a few times to.
Let's say you guys just got Google Translate and figure out what the hell he's saying.
It's not easy to translate his chats either. So I feel you. Bri J, BK is literally goo goo gaga. Yeah. Thank you, Ronnie. BJ again. What up, Dom? Everybody else, and Brucifer. Well, at least Brucifer got a call out. We're making a little bit of progress there.
Yeah.
Usually it's just Dom and the other guys. So
Ed got a new one. It wasn't antique, but still, spinner racks are fun.
Maybe next week.
I'm just here to piss.
Oh, we got a new one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
looks like the boss is checking in on us. Oh. Ed LeBeau, another fun name for me to say. I wanted an antique. Oh, that's right. I've already talked to Ed once, right? Yeah. Antiques are cool, but the new ones that have that antique vibe are cool too. I like those. And 4 Deadly Venoms. What's up, fellas? Salute back at you. And happy long weekend, everybody. I hope everybody enjoys the long weekend if you got it. Happy President's Day.
Well, that's right. Monday is the
Yeah.
holiday. I forgot.
Good.
Wow.
It's weird because my kids got off last week as well for Lunar New Year. Apparently, that's the
What?
day you get off for school now.
That's
So
the
Not
thing.
here. What?
What? In New York, we get all the holidays.
yeah,
What kind of hippies you got running your school district?
Well, the exception of
I don't know. There's more days off than there are school days.
I guess if you
anymore.
work for the state, I mean, if you work for the state, you're really killing it because you get state and federal holidays, right? But
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I only work federal, so I only get the
yeah, unfortunately, I work
this
for a
guy right
hotel.
here.
11.
24/7.
Yeah, get your 11. maybe 12 if there's an executive order for Christmas Eve. That's
Can't
about
wait
all
to
you'll
see
ever
that
get
one,
out of it.
BK. Can't wait to see that.
It's going to be a show about nothing, all about nothing.
No, thank you.
Today's
I
sorry.
pulled a different meeting for nomination. Sorry.
Hey, Mama. We actually have 8 to 9 up here. Just saying.
Oh, will it ever end? What's going on, Mama Bear?
Hey, you come in when you come in.
All right, I think that's about everybody.
Today's pinup is brought to you by Alberto Vargas. The famous Vargas girl pinups are world renowned. He is one of the best pinup artists. Very long storied career. This is just a gem. Also made a nice Zippo lighter. There's a Vargas girl Zippo lighter as well that he put out. It was nice. But yep. So we got Vargas today. And with that, yeah, we can start our outside.
Welcome to another episode of Outside Looking In. These are the books that didn't quite make it to the CBSI Hot 10 list. First up, we got Wolverine 36, selling between $40 and $45. Volume is back up. This is because of a Wolverine series coming out later this year.
Yep, Wolverine, the gift that keeps on giving.
No ideas. It's not original. It's just taking two characters, which they actually showed in the X-Men animated series coming up. He had Gambit jump on the back of Wolverine and lit up his clothes. So a mix-up of characters.
What does that have to do
When
with
you
this
say
cover
there's
now?
a series, are you talking about a comic series or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
the
going to
comic
do.
series.
I'm not sure. I think it's a mini, but yeah, there's going to be a Wolverine series. So let know.
This cover had some mixed reactions when it first hit the streets, right? Some people,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not a
people
big fan
hated
of it.
I can't stand this cover at all.
But again, it's an open order cover that's still, I mean, it dipped a little bit, but it's still been holding for quite a long time.
Was there a version of this?
I don't believe
yeah,
there was.
No. Okay.
Yeah, because it had dipped down to like 25, I believe, before the announcement of the miniseries, and I was right back up.
What about the
Which-
one that's on the bike? He's on the bike and he's
That's Ghost Rider 17. You talking about the Baron's cover?
it's the
Claudia Plays,
yeah,
welcome. Thanks
Where
for
it just
watching.
shows the claws.
the claws. Like he's
Yeah,
on the
that's,
bike and he's scratching the road behind him. It's all lighting up, I guess. Oh.
There's that. I know there's the.
There was a few variants with this.
Yeah, is it a Doctor Strange cover? I think it's coming out that has Wolverine on the Ghost Rider bike as well. But yeah, like I said, for an open order book, even just dipping down to 25, it's still strong for an open order book that's held up for that long. I like seeing open order books do well. I don't like to see people have to go shill out money for ratios and chase ratios all the time because 90% of them
God
fail.
again, I don't collect
Yeah,
Wolverine covers or Ghost Rider covers.
6 months down the line, a lot of these 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, you can find them below ratio.
Well below ratio. So it's nice to be able to pick up an open order book if you pre-ordered it, whatever. and hit on a few of these. It's nice.
I hate to agree with Bry, but that Sabretooth War is pretty damn good.
Thanks, Deadly Venoms. See the cover C. And I was talking about with the Wolverine or the Wolverine and Ghost Rider on the cover. Cover.
All right. Moving on to the next book. We got Ghost Rider 31. First appearance of the Midnight Suns. Selling between $3 and $15. CGC 98 sold for $80, and a newsstand CGC 98 sold for $120. With news of a potential Midnight Suns movie in the works.
And they're doing they're doing Midnight Suns run, I believe, as well.
Well, listen, get
In
Blade
comics again.
out first before you start talking about Midnight Sun stuff. Get Blade movie out in the Victorian age.
Well, this is going to be a flashback fight with Dracula or someone, and then flashback to the 70s, 80s.
This I might actually have this one, which is rare that I have anything on any of these lists, but I may actually have this one. This one came out, so this is the first full appearance of Midnight Suns. Were there some cameos before? And this came polybag too, right? So
Yes.
condition
they're a
sensitive type
handful.
of deal.
If it's in a poly bag,
It's
and you've
autographed.
had it in a poly bag
Yeah.
for so long, you have that crease in the back.
Yeah, what about the autograph on there? The Joe Kubert autograph at Andy Kubert, 17 of 1500 on there.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
just
It's just a pick.
coincidental.
Well, this is a dollar book. People can
No.
Oh, yeah.
made.
It's still relatively close to $1 book
Yeah.
in
I
most
pulled-
cases.
I pulled these series. I pulled these series out of dollar bins, and
Oh yeah.
I suck at digging. So yeah, these
Yeah,
things
'cause
are out there.
Yeah, because a lot of this series ran across multiple titles.
The
Yeah,
newsstand is
Morbius.
a little harder to find than the direct.
But the direct did have those badass little Ghost Rider boxes, which
Yeah.
were nice.
Was the newsstand polybag too? Probably not, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I believe.
I have to
Well,
check. I got a few laying around newsstands.
I don't know.
I believe it was.
Okay.
I'm not excited for a Midnight Suns movie. Just saying.
I'm not against a Midnight Suns movie.
Why are you not excited? What happened? Why?
There's other
not-
projects that they need to work on first before they get to a Midnight Suns movie.
I did it could be standalone. That's the thing about this
Doesn't have
stuff.
to be the overall
They could
thing.
do this where it doesn't have to interfere with anything else. They could do it on their own time.
I just want them to focus on X-Men, Fantastic Four, and getting that goddamn Blade movie made before this.
The Blade movie is going to be a hot mess. It's just been. I love Blade, and I love Mahershala Ali, but that between the script and directors and this thing, how many movies are great when they've been fucked about that much? Very few. Very few.
And I think the director they're looking at is the director of the Werewolf by Night special.
Mhm.
And that was his only directing credit. Before that, he was a composer, I believe.
I'm fine with it. I enjoyed the Werewolf.
Yeah,
by
Yeah,
Night.
fine with it.
Giacchino.
I'm fine with that, but come on. There are other directors out there that actually could do full-fledged horror, that you can actually make it work. I don't understand. Disney wants to make all these these people that have one projects.
They obviously like his Werewolf by Night, so that's why they would put him out there for this.
I also don't think Disney wants to work with big established people either, because I think Disney likes to push around directors when they can to meet whatever. standard
Disney's not going to
wants.
get any kind of James Cameron or anything like that.
No.
So,
Nobody's going to have creative freedom under the Disney umbrella for the most part when they're making these movies.
There's a formula, and it's been working so far. Next up,
Not really.
Until after the Marvels.
we got West Moon Chronicle #1, selling around $9. Little over a dozen sales. This there might be more sales since this slide was created. Another Scout series has been optioned, which is going to into option hell like every other indie project that's been optioned.
No, it's literally every other week a Scout project has option news because I believe the owner of Scout's ties to the movie industry. You get a lot of option news for Scout titles. Whether they go anywhere or not, I don't know. This is perfect dollar bin fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Add an LCS to look through. If you see it, it's $1. Yeah, pick it up. Maybe it ends up getting made. I wouldn't spend $9 for it. I would spend $1 for it. Scout books are pretty good. They're fun to read. But yeah, this is definitely a digger. This is a digger book. You can go find this. You can find it cheap because I'm sure it exists cheap.
Yeah, you dig in a box and you go past it.
Is this about a vampire? I mean, a vampire or a werewolf?
That beats hell at me.
I don't know.
It's one of
I don't
those
read
random.
I didn't read it.
I read a bit of Scout stuff. Scout puts out a lot of titles and a lot of different stuff, but I am not sure.
Yeah,
what
I don't
this
have
one's
anything
about.
to add to what. I have nothing to add except for what Joe said. Is if you can find this for $1 or less, sure, grab it. Especially if it's in good shape.
Yeah,
I don't even know. At $9, if you buy it for $1, and it's selling for $9. I don't even know if that's a good flip. To be honest with you, by the time you end up,
by the time you
it's not a flip.
By the time
It's
you
not a
pay
flip book.
fees and things,
It's a you eat $1 because it's $1 if you find it in the bin. You hold on to it because then if it actually ever happens to get made, then it's something. But
yeah, but don't go chasing these books. Please don't.
No. Yeah,
Next
Black Cotton
up,
is good, Brian.
go ahead.
No, it's just Bryce said another good Scout book is Black Cotton, which is a good series.
Next up, we have Deadpool Secret Wars #1, selling between cover and $10. Lots of volume selling. The Run the Jewels cover selling about $20.
That's an ugly ass cover.
Such an ugly cover.
that's terrible.
It really is.
Holy shit!
It's fun.
I don't know what to make of this cover.
It looks like someone wiped their ass at night with lights off and didn't know what they did.
I mean, we're gonna keep getting pops on everything. Every time there's after the teaser trailer, once you get the first trailer and the second trailer and the third, you're gonna get rushes of spec stuff out of because each trailer is gonna show one little stupid thing, and people are gonna flip out.
But didn't we see one of the people that they took like we've seen some of the other parts of the movie where Sabretooth got his head cut off and they had the cover, the other book where Sabretooth got his head cut off.
Yeah, there was a lot of
a lot of spec.
It's funny that only that outside scene was leaked. Those, that set photos were leaked. Nothing else from the movie was leaked. It's like they intentionally leaked that.
I actually think it was
more than likely was intentionally leaked.
I actually like this cover. I like this cover right here a lot.
Yeah, it's a decent cover.
Yeah. This is the A, right? So yeah, this is nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're gonna get pops on all these fun little Deadpool specs and every minor weird Deadpool offshoot character, cameo, this, that, everything. So be prepared.
I am so surprised no one is specking on Gwenpool being in this movie.
It is weird. That'd be the best.
Everybody else
that would be the funniest is if
Yes.
Taylor Swift ended up being Gwenpool.
Oh, that'd be freaking awesome. Everybody's Dazzler spec would just die.
Yeah, built on the vine.
Was that a segue?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Speaking of which,
It was a good one.
we got Mad Magazine #36, the Taylor Swift Super Bowl Special Edition, selling around $20 plus from the $6 cover price. Volume is moving, guys. Volume is moving.
Granted, it's magazine, so it's for magazine collectors or Taylor Swift collectors.
This could have made the top 10, but it's a magazine, so it didn't.
So this is April 2024. It's already out, or is it
Yeah.
pre-sales on this?
It's
already out.
I believe
it's coming out. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it just came out.
Listen,
But,
you know
Yeah,
what?
because there's quite a few on eBay. They actually have them in hand.
And it's not easy to find mags. I mean, there's not newsstands like there used to be. There's not even bookstores like there used to be that have large newsstands in them.
Yeah.
So you gotta look for magazines nowadays.
Yeah, I was
You
going
know-
to ask, is Mad just direct now, or is it still going to like Barnes and Nobles? And
I wouldn't know.
I'm guessing
I have
you
no
can
idea.
find it
I
at Barnes and
haven't-
Nobles and
I haven't even thought about Mad Magazine until just now in years. But I have to say, I don't know. I like it. It's a nice cover. It's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's relevant.
You know, I have to
Mad
give
Magazine
props to
knows.
Taylor Swift. You know, she gave $100,000 to the funeral of a person that was killed, and I really like that when celebs and stuff like that take their money, you know, and give it to families that tragedy does strike, and that was disgusting what happened at that parade.
oh yeah,
But these are the books on the outside looking in. For a full write-up, head over to CBSI.com and check out Pete's list. And thank you.
all righty,
Well,
boys. You want to do some
Those
pickups?
Mad comics, those Mad books, the Star Wars ones are the funniest.
Oh, they're all good.
there's a lot of good ones out there.
Jedi, want to start with your pickups, Jedi?
Sure we can. I was yeah, it was up there. I was going to scroll up and find towards the beginning of that segment. I didn't want to interrupt the segment, but there was a battle for Brucifer's affection going on in the chat. I thought was pretty interesting. Between
I do have my dedicated fans.
Yeah,
Mama
you
Bear.
do. You do. It's between
love Mama
Mama,
Bear. She's
Mama
the
Bear
greatest.
and Taladia Plays. There was a little bit of a back up. Good on you, Bruce.
Lottie is my
Good on
my
you.
boy. Great content, both
All
of them.
right.
Check out their channels.
All right,
All right.
Jedi.
So
Yep.
for me,
Get you up there.
I got a couple of graded. I'll open these. They're already open, but
Oh, I like when stuff is opened.
I got the
Oh, that's
John Tyler
Nice. Maul.
signed Darth
Nice.
Maul.
It's a good sharp color of red.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I got that one, and of course, if I got that one, you know what that means. I also went ahead, and this one doesn't pop as much, but it's still pretty cool. The
Oh,
that one I like.
Ventress.
Purple. I just
Yeah.
like the purple. Hey, listen, I'm waiting for the Boba Fett one. That's what I want. I don't care about those.
It's always fun for me with John Tyler to try and find his signature on these things because he signs these things so freaking tiny. It's like
Yeah,
right there on
he
her.
slips
It's
them
like
in there.
right there on her hip. It's like can't even hardly see it. It's like I don't know. That's his jam, I guess. I did get another package from this fella. Anybody recognize this guy?
Hey, it's
Yeah.
Joe sent me, and these are really cool. I've never had any of these things before, but they're pretty cool. And Joe may have just started another collecting stream for
Oh,
me.
boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, by the way, he also sent me some cool stickers that I just got in today. So these might be finding their way out, or you might find them slapped on your bumper. Who knows? So yeah, Joe sent me a couple of the Naval Aviation News. This is from March of '61.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Very cool. From August of '61.
Ooh, lame.
And from March of '68. Very cool.
Sky Striker right there.
Nice.
84 Sky, yeah. So-
That was the year 6 turned 75.
And I
Again-
asked Joe where he
again.
got these. I asked Joe where he got them. He said they were Styx got these in the mail back when he was 40 or 50 years old. No. You said you found them. Where'd you say you found these things at? You said they were in such great shape you couldn't pass them up.
Yeah, there's a little antique mall by me. and it's one of those antique bazaars where everybody just rents out space. And yeah, somebody just had a stack of them there, and they were in such good shape. I was just normally you go to those places and you find magazines and stuff like that, and they're just everything's beat to hell. But they were in sharp shape, and the art on them was pretty slick too. So
Yeah,
Enjoy.
I kind of want to look inside, but I kind of don't. So
that's what they're for.
those are pretty cool, man.
And I figured some of them might have some scenery from near where you're at, so figured that would be cool to see as well.
That's what friends are.
All right, who's next?
Appreciate that.
I'll go.
All right.
Get some popcorn. Go to the bathroom.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
God, he's
There's
got
a
a
lot of them.
stack.
I got a couple of books from Josh International Comics. Some Mexican versions of Superboy, actually. One Superboy, one Superman. I got the Spanking issue.
Oh, there you go.
Of course you did.
That's boosted furs on his lap. That's nice. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to be the guy slapping my ass, buddy.
Nope.
I got the text messages to back it up.
That's well, that's I was gonna say that's you and Dom cosplaying right there, but
That won't be the first time. These both are Neil Adam covers. I picked up Displaced #1. Looking forward to reading this. Little Batman 143. Wolverine. Continuation of Sabretooth War. Little Superior Spider-Man. Little Fall of the House of X. #1. Another #1. I love this cover. X-Men 31. Amazing Spider-Man 43. Blue Beetle. I'm still reading Blue Beetle. Sinister Sons #1. Speed Force. Transformers #5. Sandman. Mace Windu #1. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Red Hood, The Hill. Kneel Before Zod. Batman 143 again.
oh, that's cool. I like that one.
Yeah, I like this cover a lot. Deviant. A acetate of Sinister Sun, which is pretty cool.
I thought that was Michael Jackson dancing in a trench coat. I was like, what's that?
It's pretty cool because when you open it, so it's pretty cool.
The old acetate.
Old acetate.
Love the old
A little Quicksilver Scotty Young. Green Lantern. Batman and Robin. Action.
He does that. He does.
This is only half of it. Displaced, another.
It certainly seems like it, Venom.
The foil, Batman 142.
Oh.
I picked up I got another.
Yeah, this
Force
freaking guy
Logic.
just filled up a long box right in front of eyes.
I got this from Mel V. I love this cover.
That's a
Yeah,
nice
all
cover.
those Inhuckly ones.
Yep.
Are nice.
Ever since
Series.
Bruce stopped doing his Friday show, his pickups have gotten quite long.
Yeah.
The 1 in 50 Transformers,
Nice.
the reveal cover, blah 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 blah. Batman A cover.
Whoa, what did we do?
I got this from Red 5. He sent this to me. Thank you, Red. He went to MegaCon and got this for me. Beneath the Trees, blah blah. Birds of Prey, Lobos, 1 in 10, Ultimate, and Spider-Gwen Smash.
Oh, you found it.
Yep, I got it.
Nice.
And that is it.
For someone that doesn't like Marvel, does a good job of getting Marvel books.
Who says I don't
Yeah.
like Marvel?
You don't
What are
like
you
Marvel,
talking
you're a
about over
DC
here?
man.
I
Dumb
prefer
comics.
DC. I still read Marvel.
Dumb comics. That's what DC stands for. Dumb comics.
Are you going to send the Transformers to
You know,
Daniel Warren
wait.
Johnson at CGC signing?
Probably not. I don't know. I'm focused on submitting books for pre-screening my DCU variants right about now. Get my 9/8.
All right. Dom Tober, you got anything?
I have nothing.
Sticks boy?
Next week.
No.
Next week I'll have a good load for you.
That's me. I don't.
Like-
I got enough for both of them.
I don't have too much.
You
I just
did?
got a few things. I'm not going to show. I got a huge stack of new stuff in, but I'm not going to go through that because I get too much glare. So I'll just show. This is a new series. Jill and the Killers. This is the B cover. I've been really enjoying Marguerite Sauvage's covers lately. They're good. I got a Kickstarter in Jamie Tyndall's Devil's Misfits. There's Shikari.
Nice boobs.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Nice covers. Nice.
there's some
Tyndall does not disappoint.
There's some Tyndall. And this is like Armin Copian who did these. So I got
off Tyndall.
I got a bunch of them. They're quite sharp. And then in terms of more classic
That cover
things,
just barely made it to where it was suitable for YouTube.
Oh yeah, the unsuitable ones are in the back there.
Barely.
So I got Brave and the Bold.
I don't think we're allowed
nice
Okay.
Starman and Black Canary. I'd like that.
Oh, that's
I always
cool
enjoy
cover.
a good Black
Like it.
Canary cover, and I always like picking up Brave and the Bold whenever I can. It's Mystery in Space.
Nice.
It's
Old school.
nice filler for my run of Mystery in Space, my Adam Strange stuff.
I love those space covers from the Silver Age.
I got so your
Ooh,
second
Strange Adventures.
This is your
Nice.
second appearance of Buddy Baker.
Is
I
he punching a tiger?
also it's Animal Man.
Oh, animal.
Prior to his costume.
Joe broke the piggy bank this week. He went out.
And
Swinging for the
this
fences.
is his. I think this is his second or third
He's his third
appearance in costume.
costume.
The
so-
mob gorilla boss.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in Buddy Baker and Animal Man. I think he will have his day in the DCU. Oh, and I picked this up randomly. I've just been picking up some old Hickman stuff just for the hell of it, since he seems to be very involved now with all the Ultimate Universe stuff. So I figure out if I find some old Hickman stuff here and there cheap, you never know when something gets thrown in there. So
Yeah, Joe must have bought the missus something very nice for Valentine's Day because he's
and Joe
showing off today.
Joe bought those books for himself. No, I've been trying to go for quality over volume lately for some of the stuff. So I've been very picky about what I've been choosing to fill runs for Strange Adventures in Mystery in Space. So all righty, let's get this back up here. Let's take a look at some comic books for this week on Our Now and Later. I have curated these books for you all. The Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver 1, the Ultimate Comics Art Adams Virgin variant. I'm an Art Adams homer. I can't help it. I like an Art Adams cover. They also have this version from Ultimate Comics with the Marvel Anniversary border as well. The set itself was pretty reasonable as well. I think it was like $39.99 for the set of both books. So everyone loves their Art Adams, and add it to the stack of Art Adams books. Second on the list, Fall of the House of X number 2, the Ben Harvey exclusive variant. It's just a good Rogue and Gambit cover. I always like a good Rogue and Gambit cover. And
that is a good Rogue and Gambit cover.
And she has a nice booty there. Damn you, Marvel! Freaking Disney to take it away ass.
Oh my god!
And I understand what you're saying, Deadly Venoms, about his close-ups being a little rough sometimes, but I don't know.
Weed Richards has joined us. What's going on, Weed?
Art Adams just brings me back. I prefer his more composed stuff, with covers where he has more detail and more going on. But I'm still a sucker for Art Adams stuff. And third on the list was they got this new Gold Key series, Boris Karloff Gold Key Mysteries. Yeah. So the covers are really cool on them. So if you're into old, classic monsters and classic horror and stuff like that, it's some decent books to pick up.
Are these reprints or new stories?
New stories, I believe.
I think they're new stories.
Okay, then I'll get them.
But yeah, a nice little blend of things this week. Some exclusives, some stuff you could just pick up off the shelf.
Yeah.
And into the future, I got Batman and Robin number 8, cover B, the Ejikure cardstock variant. And we got
Flatline.
Cool Flatline.
Love Flatline.
Flatline needs more love.
Yeah, she does.
It's an underrated character. And,
I think she will get some more love. They just announced that Damien is getting a new series called The Boy Wonder.
Okay.
Oh, nice. So yeah, and I like Ejikure. I like Flatline as a character, so it's a good one. We got Amy Jo Johnson writing this new Pink Ranger series. So the return number 3. It's just a pretty nice cover. I believe it's just the A cover. There's nothing special about it. It's just a good cover. Same with the next one. Something Crawled Out. It's just a new series from Vault. It's just the A cover, but it's pretty creepy and weird. The fact that her skin's being pulled open there. And that's where that scene is in the middle was
some guy in a bucket fishing hat is crawling out of her chest. That's pretty
was I like Vault. I like a lot of the stuff that they put out. They put out Barbaric,
the title
Joy.
The title alone grabbed me. Something Crawled Out. That's enough to make me want to maybe check it out.
Yeah, it's more of a
and maybe we will.
Or yeah. I think this is coming out in April, so we got some time to gear up and put it in the queue.
Oh, jeez.
I want to go back one because I don't know, I was daydreaming or something. I hate to say this, but man, these Power Ranger covers are really cool. I like them, and I know I'm too old to say stuff like that. But
I am. I'm not a Power Ranger person. It's like past my
Power Rangers.
Past my
Mighty
demographic.
Morphin Power Rangers.
There are so week after week, there's just seems like there's a killer Power Ranger cover out, and it's just like, damn.
There was the whole run of Baron's covers he was doing on Power Rangers. Those are freaking nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad goes, Marco reminds him of a Teletubby.
Oh my god! Wow.
Teletubby Marco.
Too bad Marco doesn't. Too bad he never watches this show.
I know.
Yeah.
He doesn't like this show. That's
unless he's been drinking and shows up
Unless he's
randomly
been
at the end
drinking
of
and pops on at the very end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my picks for the week.
Nice picks. I like. These last 3 were home runs. I think. I may have to.
I wanted some variety. I've been trying to look for more exclusives and stuff, but the problem is how you try to go out far into the future because I've already cherry picked everything up through April, and you just get a lot of blank covers because they haven't put out the cover art yet for a lot of stuff, which is a pain in the ass. So
Cosmic, no, unfortunately, if you tuned in for that, you're not gonna. Hopefully, you didn't tune in for that because you won't be seeing it. Unfortunately, I don't know. We didn't want to risk getting kicked off the channel.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for
And
mine to come.
I'm surprised, and then I wasn't surprised because I remember you saying you get your stuff through the mail. So, I'm surprised that none of these showed up on any of your picks.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
I think I had it on one of my future ones probably like a month and a half ago, but there's a ton of great art. There is a ton of great art.
But we would have to break out the sticky notes, right, and cover up all the nips and everything.
The covers aren't too bad. They polybag a few of them. Other than that, they're fine. But the issue 2 covers are out too.
Let me ask you something. The Pentas covers, right? If you get them in a regular store, like Barnes and Nobles or Books A Million, is there any more newsstands? Would they make newsstands or no?
I don't think they do make newsstands anymore.
Well, I mean, I think some come like polybagged, so they might put their own barcode on there.
Yeah.
So
no. Yeah.
That's a no.
Yeah, I think the last newsstand was 2017, 2018 from DC.
Well, he's talking magazines though.
Oh, magazines.
Magazines. Yeah, because there's sometimes some people, like if you look in the like you're buying something, a newsstand edition, but direct. I don't know if there's a direct and a newsstand when it comes to magazines.
I mean, the only time I see it anymore is when like with Insider, they'll do different covers for it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
just about everything comes with a barcode nowadays, right? There's no.
Yeah. It's hard to get away from
the front or back.
So
cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got? What do we got in the news this week?
What are we talking about this week? Oh God!
All right. So, of course, we've all seen it. They cast the Fantastic Four. No real surprises there. Anybody excited? Not excited? Don't give a shit.
Well, listen. All I can say is that they have to get this right. If they don't get this right, this is done.
Third casting's a charm.
No,
for Fantastic Four.
Well, since they decided to ignore my recommendation to go with the cast of High School Musical, back to Bruce's Monday Madness.
That was a great show.
It was a hell of an idea. But anyway,
I think only one person picked her as Sue Storm. I forgot who.
She's a good easy choice.
I hate to sound too much like Dom when I say this because Dom gives us plenty of Dom every week, but
too much Dom.
It doesn't matter who they cast. It's going to come down to the writing and
give Roger Corman his due.
Other than that, I could care less about the cast. I don't care.
Yeah. It just felt very unexciting, but I don't know if anyone was going to be cast where it was going to make it exciting either way. So, well, unless they said Chickless was coming back as the thing, then I'd be like, hey, Chickless.
Well, I tell you what, the one good thing is that since they're doing this and they plan on having this movie come out next year, the month after Superman, it's going to be pretty stacked. You have Jurassic Park, you have Superman, and you have this coming out next year with some other movies sprinkled in.
Well, I believe Black Panther's. I mean, not Black Panther. Blade is not going to make it out next year, and I think they're going to move Fantastic Four to fill that spot.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, we'll see. But the one good thing I'm happy about is that since Pedro Pascal is going to be a big part of this, he's Mr. Fantastic. That means when they go and they go to conventions, he'll be on the circuit more because they'll be promoting this, and I'll be able to get his friggin' autograph on my goddamn Mando pop.
Yeah. It all comes back to Fett and Mando.
Everything leads back to Dom and Boba Fett.
You don't do the last time I seen him at a show. He was at Comics for Star Wars Celebration a few years ago, and he was doing that. But you don't see him at random shows. He don't show up at Philadelphia Con, any of those cons.
Because he's a real actor that makes real money and doesn't have to go to cons.
Okay, well, he's a real actor, but answer me this. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, and maybe I'm the only one that's thinking this. Have we reached the point to where we're seeing too much of Pedro, and he's just not exciting anymore? When we hear about he's in a project, we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I could care less if he's in a project or not. I enjoy him as an actor, but I don't need to see him in every other project.
I mean, it's not going to be a home run just because Pedro's in it. Example, Wonder Woman 84 or whatever the hell that was.
Oh god!
He wasn't the lead of the series.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
no, he was the most useless villain ever cast in a movie.
He killed it in Game of Thrones. He killed it in.
He was barely in Game of Thrones when you think about it, though.
Yeah.
And we barely see him in Mandalorian too. So
The only problem I have is with Pedro and Eben is that they're too old for the roles. If they want to make this a franchise, a franchise going forward, go get past one Fantastic Four before a reset again.
But you don't. I mean, well, for Eben, you don't have to worry.
Well, he's almost 50. He's 40.
But it's just going to be a voice.
Well, he's 46, and Pascal Pedro is what, 48?
Pedro has to be on screen.
Yeah.
Eben doesn't.
Yeah, just throw some dive in there and get him. I mean, look at Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is older than I am, but you wouldn't guess it by looking at him.
A lot of plastic surgery and Botox.
Yeah. That's the only beauty of casting a thing. You
Welcome
can
to
cast
Hollywood.
the hell you want.
And I think
it's not like they're going to be putting him in prosthetics.
Well, look at, I'm 53. I'll be 54, and I don't look it. So I just don't.
You're not an actor.
I don't have the money.
I think the same person that broke this casting months ago, that scooped this, they're saying that Javier Bardem is going to be Galactus.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they're looking for a actor to fill the role of Silver Surfer.
I'm waiting for Doom. I'm waiting for Doom to be John Hamm. Remember we did the casting of Fantastic Four?
I like John Hamm's Doom.
John Hamm.
I actually don't mind that, but I prefer Mads Mikkelsen. And you need a guy. You need somebody that's Eastern Europe that can handle Eastern European.
No, I don't. They move. I don't think Doom is going to be in this.
No, at the ending, he's going to show up at the ending. That's what they're saying.
They already did Galactus. I mean, I know it was another different iteration of Fantastic Four, right? But
I think they showed a hand in the clouds.
Alexander Sandgar just got arrested. He just got arrested for a weed possession.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If Galactus is the way they're going with it, so be it. That's fine. I don't know. I have no clue where to set my expectations for this movie. I really don't. Like, I want to be excited. But I'm not excited for it. But I am. But I'm not. I'm
not even going to think about it anymore unless you guys keep bringing it up.
When it comes out,
until the first trailer comes out, I'm not
exactly. When they show a trailer and everybody goes crazy, and the books come out, the spec books of Fantastic Four, first appearance of the Mole Men, first appearance of all these other bullshit. The Red Ghost.
I don't think the only spec book will be Galactus and Silver Surfer. There's no way people want to go run out and buy Fantastic Four #1.
No,
unless they buy the Golden Record reprint
or the reprint, or buy the the book.
There's some good Thor. Well, it's a good Thor cover with Galactus on. There's some good Galactus covers out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
This would be a good litmus to see if comic book movies are actually going to continue to be worth it in the future. Because, to kind of quote my Gen Z youngest son, superhero movies are over. Just say it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the way I feel. I'll say it. I'll be happy to come back and say I'm wrong. I think Deadpool will probably make more than the 4 movies that come out in 2025 from Marvel combined.
Interesting.
What's next?
Well, Guardians made close to $1 billion by itself.
Yeah, there was some
Guard-
investment in Guardians, all right. People that were invested in that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but I mean,
Let-
look what's coming out in 2025. Well, it's what this. What's the slate? I had just seen the slate for what's supposed to come out.
It's only Deadpool. The rest are Sony.
No, in 2025.
Oh, 2025?
Man, in June.
Yeah.
You have Jurassic Park in
Well,
May,
superhero movies.
and then you have
No, in terms of MCU movies, I thought
Fantastic
originally
Four.
all MCU had slated for 2024 for this year. From this point
I
forward,
think they're gonna
was
continue
Deadpool,
to get our money. You know, our
And then they had four for-
demographic.
2025.
They're gonna continue to get our money from our demographic. I worry. I don't know why I worry, but I think about the younger generations now. And I get it. My son's only one person. I get that. But he used to love. It used to be our thing. We would go to superhero movies, and now he's just kind of like,
Is your son an avid comic book reader or no?
No, he's MCU.
I think that
MCU
I think that
DC.
makes a difference since we were growing up.
Yeah.
So us seeing these movies on the big screen and the characters,
But how many more years of us do they have? I guess what?
not enough.
20?
Based on the way my back feels every morning, not too many.
Yeah. Yeah. They started 10 years too late.
Yeah.
Really?
Speaking of the Human Torch, he's going to be cast in a movie called Relapse, which is going to be written by Bret Easton Ellis, and that will be his directorial debut. How do you all feel about writers that turn into directors? If you don't know Bret Easton Ellis, he is the person that wrote Less Than Zero and American Psycho. Great author, fantastic author.
I had a problem with Joe, not with Joe, but when Joe showed me that we were going to be talking about this, I'm like, oh, a horror movie, Relapse. Okay, let me go check this out. And then I Googled it and read a little bit about it. This is not a horror movie. It is kind of, I mean, it sounds like you mentioned Less Than Zero and that other
Psycho.
movie you just mentioned, American Psycho. Yeah, this kind of falls into what you might think is that genre. Maybe not American Psycho. I guess you could kind of say that was a horror movie, but this is a movie about a guy relapsing into his drug addiction and facing his demons and getting involved. And I don't know. To me, this doesn't fit the horror genre, but I don't know. Maybe it does. As far as your question, what do I think about writers turning direction? I don't care. Can you do the job? Great. Get it done.
Yeah, there's not many writers that are book writers that try their hand at directing. Stephen King, Maximum Overdrive. Stephen King actually directed Maximum Overdrive. That was an interesting turn of an writer going to direct something. Michael Crichton directed Westworld, which I thought was kind of interesting as well. And of course, Clive Barker did Hellraiser and then Nightbreed and a handful of other things, but he was known more as a writer before that as well. So
I guess you really won't know until you actually see it to actually be able to judge if it's going to be a good project or not.
Yeah,
because even the best directors have bad movies. So
yeah, as long as the writer doesn't come out and say, I was sitting on my couch and I thought I'd.
What?
No, you died out. We
Can't
couldn't
hear
you. You kind of.
I said as long as the writer doesn't come out and say, I was sitting on my couch and just decided to write or direct. That's the only time I'd be worried. If they just it's on a whim, I'll direct something and just give me something to direct.
Yeah, I'm not saying Maximum Overdrive is bad. I'm just saying it's not often that we see somebody who's more a writer. Yeah, you see people that write screenplays and then go and direct movies, but actual novel writers is not as often.
At least Maximum Overdrive was his book.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
You know, writer directors, that combination is very rare. And for them to write and direct a movie, it might be a little. I don't know if is he writing this also?
I believe so.
Well,
Because
it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon in TV.
Yeah.
But for movies, it is.
Yeah, I mean, like, so you get like a Spielberg or somebody who could to write screenplays, but he's not a book author. He doesn't write novels.
I mean, you can't blame anything on creative differences if you have a writer director. It's like, it's your vision. Yeah,
I'm mad at myself.
Yeah,
I was just happy to stick in a Bret Easton Ellis story because
look,
his work is great.
James Gunn is writing the whole new DCU.
Yeah, but those people are also screen. There's a very difference between a novel writer and a screenwriter. It's a different process. It's a different style of writing. And I think if you're a director in that, it's easier to write dialogue and stuff like that. You're in that medium so much, but it's not always easy to translate a novel comfortably as that person into a screenplay if you're not used to writing screenplays. But it'll be interesting. Has anyone seen Madam Web yet? The reviews were pretty awful, so I decided to just throw in a picture of Sydney Sweeney because who doesn't like to look at that?
Hey, I think
everybody in my group chat and a couple of my friends saw it and they actually enjoyed it.
Hey, I'm in your group chat and I haven't seen it. So.
Not that the other one.
I actually won the box office bombs.
It's not over yet, but you're off to a good start. Yeah, I have to admit, you're off to a killer start.
You know, I think people were expecting a superhero movie, and Sony decided to troll everyone, and it's not a superhero movie. It's actually a Blumhouse, like little movie perhaps a Blumhouse inspired slasher movie.
The most action this movie got was someone masturbating to it.
Yeah, that did happen.
Dom got out early,
that in
so
there.
it's fine. He didn't have to stay overnight.
I'm proud of you, Dom. That was a piece of information that was probably going to get overlooked.
Pull the Pee Wee Herman.
I'll be interested to see what this pulls in over the weekend.
I mean, I haven't seen this yet, but I was going to see it this weekend. But like I said, my youngest son, who I normally go to see these types of movies with, was like, no thanks. My oldest son did go see it. He did not want to see it, but his girlfriend wanted to see it, and I raised him right. So, you know, he went and saw it with his girlfriend, keep her happy. I asked him what he thought about it. I said, if you can let me know what you think about it before the show, I'd appreciate it. He came back. He's like, that was it, meh. He said it was, not great, basically.
Well, you see, now let me ask you a question now. All right, all kidding aside. Now, this movie, you know, the way it's performing just came out now. What does Sony do now? Does this put Sony in a panic mode saying, damn, this movie, we lost a lot of money in this movie.
Granted, like, I don't pay attention to the 14% on the tomato meter because most critics are pretentious assholes anyway. I tend to look at the audience score more than anything else, just to kind of gauge where it's at if people aren't trolling the hell out of the audience scores. So the 54% seems to ring more true to me from what I've heard from everybody. It's not an awful movie. It's not really a superhero movie. It's not really a well-acted movie, but it's not like, oh, this is horrible. It's just a blah 54% type of movie.
But it is a wait until it comes on streaming movie, basically.
Nice.
Is what I'm hearing a lot.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'm going to go watch it tomorrow.
You were supposed to have seen it already, Bruce.
Exactly.
I have plans.
Oh, bullshit.
And we got like freaking like 8 inches.
Plan should have been watching Madam Web.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow up here today. All right.
No, you got a lot of snow.
We have some people on this channel that said for Venoms, we have some people on this channel that did see it and say they would rather watch Morbius again than watch the show again.
I like Morbius. I feel Morbius was a fine film.
I watched it this week. I liked it.
Yeah, it's a fine vampire movie.
Yeah.
You know, if you went in expecting a MCU movie, forget about it. But it was a fine vampire movie.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
what are your choices out there right now? Argyle. What else you got? Not a lot.
Argyle and Madam Web.
You can watch
Lady Frankenstein.
Lisa Frankenstein,
crap,
which also got horrible
biopic,
reviews, which makes me sad because I like Diablo Cody.
The Bob Marley one.
Bob Marley. That's got
Bob Marley.
got an A cinema score. It broke records Wednesday night as the highest grossing Valentine's Day movie ever.
It looks cheesy.
It looks like it's gonna break. It looked like it's gonna break expectations this weekend with the box office.
People like those.
I love Bob Marley, but I just those.
Was there any secondhand highs going on before people went and saw this movie?
No, jeez.
Those movies
I'm pretty sure
always
people got their vape pens smoking while they're watching this.
His grandkid or something that's related to Bob Marley that's posing the movie stayed at my hotel. So
there's Degrassi says Sony's doubling down. Old news is breaking again. There's a rumor that Nicolas Cage is into talks to play live action Spider Noir.
I'd love to see Spider-Man Noir.
And they just fired all but one of the people working on the Silk TV show.
That was the Amazon one, right?
Yes, they're tossing the script and starting over.
Well, that's not good.
No.
Yeah, I think Sony, to kind of go back to Dom's question, I think, is Sony panicking? Probably not.
No.
Probably a lot depends on Craven too, right? Because they still have Craven coming out in the next couple of months.
Well, it doesn't really matter. These are like side projects. As long as they keep pumping out Spider-Verse and Spider-Man main.
Go to your bread and butter.
They're going. That's what you know. Yeah. These are little side projects that they throw out just to.
You would think Venom would not be a side project, but apparently it is. So.
Well, it's not like Venom Bomb.
You've seen how shitty the first two were.
You know what?
They made money.
Second one.
Let Disney take control of everything, and then sit back. You pay. Disney pays you. They use the character and make their movies with the characters.
Well, the one good thing about it, if all these movies keep failing, they'll just stop making superhero movies altogether. And then we won't have any superhero movies.
Or Star Wars, Dom.
Exactly. We can wait 20 years for Star Wars.
You better get your ass to the movies, Dom Tober.
I don't have 20 years. You're lucky I have this time now, so bring it to me now.
Well, they gotta, give us movies to put asses in seats.
Beltry confirmed that these actors were tricked into thinking they were MCU. If your agent lets you get tricked into thinking you're in the MCU, you should fire your agent and get a new brain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't Dakota Johnson already say that the final result was not what she thought the movie was going to be about?
Yep.
When she
but she's on social media begging to be in a second Madam Web.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Hey Dom, I'm going to talk to Giggles, man. I know you're worried about death prior to the ending, so the ending of some of these series. I'm going to talk to Giggles. We're going to bury you with an iPad and so just stop worrying. We're going to take care of you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sony's not
have a USB charger sticking out of the ground so you can just keep charging the
Sony's not
iPad, Disney Plus, and Wi-Fi. Okay, Dom.
Sony's not hurting for money. They got the PlayStation brand. They got TVs. They got phones, cameras. This is just a small part of their business.
The Spider-Man guys, let Disney buy the characters out and let them do their projects.
Wait, so you don't want them to touch your Boba Fett, but you want them to buy everything else? And really, Dom, you've been complaining about Disney for like 2 years now.
Yeah, Dom, you're kind of talking out both sides of your mouth on this one. You hate Disney; they suck. They can't do anything right. But let's give them every project under the sun.
That would be a perfect thing. To be on the right track. You buy the freaking Spider-Man portfolio. Get it.
He's just looking for more projects to get his blood pressure up.
Yeah, if Marvel didn't go bankrupt, none of this would be happening. Blame on Marvel Comics and Stan Lee.
Well, Yeah.
There was the
Sam,
industry
get your
as a
shit
whole
together.
that was having problems back then.
Besides that, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it would be nice if everything was under one house.
That's
Holy
never
shit,
gonna
this
happen.
movie's 2 hours long. Oh my god.
What do we got next?
All right.
That's it. Thank you, BK.
The John Wick experience is going to open in Vegas later this year. This will be the fourth Lionsgate property that they open. These are immersive experiences. So for all you nerds that like escape rooms and dumb stuff like that, this would be right up your alley.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love this. I love this, and I love that it's in Vegas where adults can have some adult fun and not have to worry about, hopefully you're not taking your kids to this because shame on you. But this is adult fun. I saw this, and then I did a little reading, and like Joe was saying, this is the fourth iteration. They've done Saw, they've done Blair Witch, and they did Hunger Games. And now they're doing John Wick, and I would definitely like to do this as long as it's not too scary. You don't want to,
I love how timid you are at times, Jedi.
Escape room type of things.
Don't want nothing jumping out at me.
Yeah. We'll be handing out those bulletproof suits at the door, so don't worry.
Yeah, I get those bulletproof vest things they got going on. Yeah. I think this is cool. Very cool.
People like immersive entertainment. People like. Well, I think people like to be.
Unless it's like Star Wars and they charge you $5,000 to get through the door. Now that would be some bullshit. But
I mean, Disney's made a shit ton of Disney World and Disneyland off immersive experiences for the most part.
And the cruises, people pay out their asses to go on those cruises.
Yeah. So to have something small and standalone like this is
in your face to try to make an experience great. So fuck Disney.
What? Have you been on any of these cruises or experiences?
But like all the Galaxy's Edge and stuff like that. Put the original trilogy characters, man. That's it.
But I mean, I like something like this as it's a standalone. You don't have to be going to some amusement park to partake in something because I hate freaking amusement parks.
How do you think they do this, man? Is it like paint guns? Is it like laser tag? How do they that's what I'm fascinated by. Like, how do they do this?
I'm interested to see how it all works out. It's perfect for a place like Vegas because for you people that don't gamble, it's something to do while you're there in Vegas.
So I'm assuming this is going to be no dialogue, all action. Nobody's going to talk to you.
No, like I'm sure there's lots of interaction in it. I mean, I'm sure it's set up like the Continental. I'm sure you have different areas where there's different types of interactions and stuff like that. But
I wonder if they make you sign waivers. You will be punched in the face.
We don't even know what you're going to do when you get there. The article I read said that you're given, I guess, different parties as they show up are given different objectives to do. So it's not just like, go get your dog or whatever it is, or kill the guy who killed your dog, whatever. They may tell you to, you go find one of the coins and bring it back, so that who knows, but it's not just walking the door and it's all cookie. Yeah, it's not all cookie cutter. It's you got different varying missions.
Vacations for me are being left the fuck alone, not being, having tasks and doing things. It's not up my alley, but I like the concept being out there of immersive.
Vacation for Joe is sending his wife on a vacation. That's what I'm hearing.
I was going to say a vacation for Joe is going to the other side of his compound.
I used to go to Vegas quite often.
Go to the next room.
Yeah,
I used to go to Vegas a lot, but that was to gamble, not to go to immersive amusement places. Yeah. But,
hey, Styx, did you know they have laser tag by me in New Hartford
at the
family
bindering place there?
Yeah.
So you can put on a laser tag helmet and get some scabies from the last kid that was wearing it.
Scabies? What kind of kids are you hanging out with? They got scabies.
Scabies.
The hell?
Oh, those places always smell like feet.
A 1940s disease.
Last up on the list, the trailer for Damsel dropped.
And
It's
a
coming
little
out
game we
March
like to
8th.
call.
Yeah. So this Netflix movie is coming out, so we figured we'd throw up a Dom threat level here to see where this falls. Damsel is.
Have you seen the trailer, Dom? Oh yeah. Well, damn. How can you, Dom?
Oh,
We could tell them about it. We could see where we go with it. It's a movie where, as opposed to having a damsel in distress, she will be the action star of the movie, where she will be a tough girl, not a damsel in distress. So we like to put things here on the Dom threat level as will Dom react to this at a low level? I think it's going to be good. Guarded, I just don't care.
Damcon.
Elevated, just make something good. High, it's the agenda. Or severe, it's all Kathleen's fault.
It is all Kathleen's fault.
Oh, this is made for Netflix, so I don't know if you can necessarily blame Kathleen for this one.
We can blame Kathleen for
everything.
Everything. All roads lead to Kathleen.
I want to.
So let me go over it a little bit, Dom, for you, since you didn't see the trailer. You basically have I'm going to go this as quick as I can. You basically have a princess who is betrothed and marries a prince who immediately gets betrayed and thrown into an abyss type place. So there's politics going on between families, etc. She's down in this abyss, left for dead, where many other princesses have been thrown before her. And she faces a dragon down there, obviously gets some sort of sword, emerges some, heroine, and starts kicking ass on those who did her wrong. What say you, Dom Tober? Would you watch it? Free on Netflix.
If the story's good, I would watch it. Just make it good.
I just told you the story, Dom.
I know.
You got to go based off what he just said.
There we go. We're elevated.
You know what? Listen, at the end of the day, another dude taking his masculinity away. So, you know what, man? Hey, listen, this is the way movies are going to be made. Listen, I can't get the blood pressure up anymore the way I used to. I have to freaking goddamn stay low because I'm already fucking pissed off that they took away Rogue's ass from the goddamn cartoon.
So this has I don't know if Joe you mentioned it's the what's her name, the
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
I actually like Millie Bobby Brown, and it definitely you know what, if the story is really, if the premise sounds
similar,
like
then I can't think of what.
Tough girl action. She's gonna kick ass. She's gonna save the prince, and they can live.
Well, no, she's probably going to try and kill the prince because I think he betrayed her. But
I just watched the trailers when we were talking. That looks kick ass.
It does look good.
They put a good amount of money into it.
I didn't want to throw any of my own bias into Dom's decision, but the trailer looks really good.
Let me watch the trailer and see it for my own discretion.
Yeah, they definitely put money into it.
Well, you see, you want to make tough women. You want to make tough women. Make women tough. Have them walk around with no shirt on, saving people like the guys have no shirt on. So do it with the women, and then maybe I'll be aboard.
What? There's a reason that they can't do that because
why?
Because they're going to be running and get hit in the face and they can't see. Really, Dom?
What? They want to be action heroes.
Dom, do you want them breastfeeding a child while they're doing all this? I mean, what are you?
Are you going to run around with no pants on so everybody can laugh at you?
That's why a majority of the movies leave it to the men to save the women.
Okay, but this is not a character that was born to be a badass. She's thrown into a difficult situation, has to overcome, and yes, she becomes a badass. But I mean, it's like a damsel in distress. Obviously, the name of the movie. It's like a damsel in distress type show, like on steroids, I guess, in a way. I don't know.
You have to throw in the whole fantasy element, which is for people that watch anime and play Japanese role-playing games. Strong female characters saving the guys is a thing for decades. There's nothing new over there. It's over here that's new. Over there, not so much. Here, so much.
So based on, I think Dom is now somewhere. I think we may need to add another color and a category for Tom.
Confused.
Does she have a contract though with Netflix? Because she's done 2 Enola Holmes movies, which were
Yes.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Stranger Things, and now this.
I do love Sailor
Well,
Moon.
she did Godzilla for a while until she didn't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in between elevated and high. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta give me
We know.
something between there because, you know,
Oh,
if
okay.
if it's good, I'll enjoy it. Like I'll give props.
How about you watch the trailer
I'm gonna watch. I'll watch the
while
trailer.
we're
I'll
doing
watch
this
the
and
trailer.
come back to it later?
I've been rooked many times. Watch the trailer and you watch the movie. Like, what is this shit?
Well,
So-
to be fair, you haven't watched the movie in like 3 years.
I've watched movies. What are you talking about?
I don't know. This is a good. It's an original idea. They obviously put some money into this. There's a budget behind this.
There's definitely
So
money.
I think it's going to be worth a watch anyway.
I'll put the link for the trailer for the chat if they want to check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah, like I said, Netflix. Say what you want about Netflix, whether you necessarily like the movies they produce or not. They don't go cheap. Stuff like Gray Man and stuff like that. They put money into those projects. So and they look good and polished when they put this stuff out. So
what?
We'll see.
What even means?
Chubby kid, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Prison school. What the hell is prison school?
Prison school.
What the fuck is prison school? Obviously, he has to
All
go
right.
watch the show.
Next,
There we go.
That's not
It is time for That's Not a Comic Sale of the Week. This week, this was Joe's idea. And it was a good one, turns out. He has a few every once in a while. This is, he said, let's check out collectible beer cans. I'm like, why not? Let's do it. After doing shoes last week, this can only be a step in the right direction.
Wait until you do baseball caps.
Oh my God. Oh God. So beer cans, collectible beer cans, especially, the older ones, obviously would be the ones that were probably more collectible, more in demand based on, recycling and stuff has gotten rid of a lot of stuff, a lot of these maybe, but anyway, and then I think Joe has a couple he's going to show us here at the end too. So New England Ale was by the Commonwealth Brewing Corporation. Was brewed between 35 and 48 of 1935 and 1948. This is a 12 fluid ounce. It is an open can, therefore I hope it's empty. And this thing sold for 5,000. It's been sitting on someone's counter for 60 years.
I think I see my fingerprint on there.
$5,761 on 60 bids earlier this year.
People like a lot of this stuff because a lot of these companies, don't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, had decent long runs as companies as well. So if you're from that area, especially when beer was more regional, because unfortunately now it's like 4 companies own everything. But, back then you had a lot of small breweries that were regional breweries. And, you grew up, like a Narragansett or something like that, you see them drinking in Jaws. But, if you grew up around there, that's just part of life. Or in Baltimore, Natty Bo, National Bohemian.
We have the spacing got a little mixed up on this next one. Pabst Blue Ribbon. There's one that probably rings a bell with some folks.
PB Army ASAP.
Yeah, produced for military distribution during World War II were these cans. This is 12 ounces. This one is unopened. It is still sealed.
Wow.
So
Wow. Beer taste in it.
I'm sure it's skunk beer. That can't be good.
That's impressive. You don't see them unopened very.
Remember the beer cans from Lost? The ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Those actually were something when they made those special beers.
Yeah.
So this one sold for
$4,250
on a best offer accepted back in late November of last year.
Damn.
And then the last one, and then Joe's going to do some show and tell. James Bond 007
Straight E-ball.
Special Blend. National Beer Company from 1968. There were a series of these cans. I'm only showing the one that sold. But if you Google this, if you eBay this, there's several of these cans listed. They all demand a premium. There were 7 cans, each with a different image or a different like Bond girl or a different Bond villain.
Put Ursula Andress on a beer can. I am buying it.
Yeah.
End of story.
This one in particular, 12 fluid ounces. This is an open, empty can sold for $2,336 on 29 bids in mid-December.
Nice.
So, there you go.
Wow.
So not
Listen,
the comic
quick
sales
question.
week.
How much would a Bud Light can cost with Mulaney? What's her name? Mahaney on the cover? On the beer as a beer can?
Oh, Dylan Mulvaney.
Dylan
You know what? You joke about that, but those were pretty limited. They made those bottles just for her. And so they weren't distributed to the public. So if you can get one of those, it's probably worth some money.
Probably is.
Probably is, right? True.
Quite scarce. I got a few myself here, just a couple. Let's see. This is what I grew up drinking. So this is
that's a can from your childhood. Is that what you're saying?
Baby bottle.
I grew up. My grandfather worked in a steel mill for 42 years. Drank Iron City all the time. And the one thing you will notice, this pull tab unopened top. Normally, what they do is they drill the bottom
very
to get the beer out, as opposed to someone who's like, screw that, I'm going to just drink a beer out of the top. Is the Iron City used to always do commemorative
Chuck Knowles. That's Chuck
Steeler
Knowles, right?
cans. Yep, Chuck Knoll and Art Rooney Sr.
Yeah.
But
Steeler stuff.
Yeah, that's got the Steelers on the side.
That's pretty cool.
Nice little 3 River Stadium on the back.
I had to pull some of mine out. I got some of those MASH ones.
Oh, nice.
MASH ones. Yeah.
But yeah, they're I don't necessarily collect them as much as I
drink them.
No, when you see something that just hits your eye when you're like running through an antique mall and you're like, oh.
So when Joe was born.
Look at my collection of beer cans. No, that's a pile of trash. Oh, okay. I just started collecting. I just started collecting today, so cut me some slack.
Yeah, get a case going.
It's one of those things where, when it brings back memories and I see it, I just end up having to buy it. I've actually had those too for probably about 20 years or so. They just follow me everywhere. Ooh,
yeah, this is a cool idea. Thanks, Joe, because like I said, these are getting harder and harder to come by, and hell,
prices, man, it's just crazy.
We'll do ball caps because I don't really have an idea for next week, so who knows?
My grandfather, he had a huge beer can collection that he would hang in the back. He used to have this huge patio out in the back where the farm field used to be, and he'd hang them up there. So he had like 50.
That was his alarm system. Was he?
That was how he did.
In case the bears come.
Decorated. No, that was how he decorated.
It sounds like Joe's Ponderosa.
Why don't you check out patches like naval armed forces patches, law enforcement patches. See how those sell.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah. Keep them coming.
Yeah. Because I know we used to trade from law enforcement from other states. They would come. They won't want our patches. We'll give them our patches. I used to have a big collection. I gave them away.
Yeah, I like going. That's one of the reasons I like going to collector conventions, not just comic conventions, but if you go to collector conventions, you'll just see all the oddball stuff. People collect everything. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day,
it's fun. It's funny. It's neat actually.
Friggin' business cards, friggin' bottle caps, a lot of shit back in the day. Rocks.
Mama Bear is hardcore.
I agree with her completely. I'm a bottle guy myself. I would much rather drink beer from a bottle than a can.
Or a tap. I don't like cans at all.
Yeah, or tap. Yeah,
because the cans have the taste, the can taste. When
See, my problem is growing up in Pennsylvania, you didn't. It was very hard to get alcohol because if you wanted beer, you had to go to a beer distributor, which were open Monday through Saturday, but not Sundays. But they didn't really sell 6-packs. They had cases of beer. So if you had to get like 3 or 4 cases of beer because you were at a party or something, bottles were a pain in the ass because you would have to get like 4 cases of bottles, which is a pain. So we always bought tons of cans.
To Boba Fett pins.
Where I get the kegs.
Yeah, that was later, but nobody liked paying the deposit, and then having to pay the tap deposit. Oh, that was always a pain in the ass.
Everyone's got to complain about everything.
You know what the moral of the story is? When you
What?
collect it, if someone's willing to pay it, that's how much the value is.
Yep.
Right.
It is true. It is
A
true.
lot of us are sitting on little small fortunes if we could just find the one person that wanted to buy our junk.
Exactly. I like junk. I got a lot of junk in the storage unit.
All right.
Right.
Well, oh boy, right into the next
You're
one.
up.
All right. I'm up. So we're going to do first impressions again this week. This is the book that we kind of wanted to do last week, but it wasn't available on digital. So we did it this week. It's called the One Hand, and so we'll just go through. A little longer. It took me more slides than it did last week, so bear with me. I'll go through them as quick as I can.
You got control of it.
I got it.
Okay, you got it.
So the story opens. We have a retiring detective or police officer who's out processing, and he has to go through like a psychiatric interview with a psychiatrist or therapist. So he goes through, and basically she just wants to make sure that he's of stable mind and not going to do anything. And he basically says, yeah, I'm not the type to do anything crazy. You don't have to worry about me. She said, what do you mean the type? He goes, well, I'm very meticulous. I do a job. I don't care how long it takes, how meticulous it has to get. I will do a job. He tells a story of opening up a briefcase that was locked that his cousin or brother stole from somebody. And he says meticulous work, and those people don't tend to flip out and go nuts. I don't know if I agree with that personally, but anyway, that was his story. So then we kind of get a quick panel of a crime is being committed. You can kind of tell by the darker art and obviously the blood and stuff. So, and it's a quick jump to whatever's going on here. So we kind of get the sense that a crime is being committed that is going to be probably a big part of the plot of this comic story. We jump to the retirement ceremony. So I don't know. This was kind of generic. I think you kind of see this in a lot of comic book or stories. The retiring cop is about to walk out the door, and then you see somebody rush in. Obviously, he knows this guy because they have a little playful back and forth. And one guy gives him the bird while he's checking out his retirement watch. But he's kind of looking in. You kind of think, oh, okay, something's going to happen that's going to keep him on the force. He's not going to retire. This is going to be something that means something to him that's going to keep him drawn in. So this is kind of generic. You see this in a lot of stories like this. He bursts in, has a quick back and forth with the lieutenant or the captain. Saying, yes, it looks like this killer has struck again, or copycat. And he's like, I want in. I won't retire. This is my last hurrah. Don't make me retire before I get a crack at this. They have a back and forth, which culminates with a little bit of yelling, like, you shouldn't have retired, damn it. And a lot of like Lethal Weapon. And then my earphones are about to die on me. I figured that would happen. All right. So anyway, he goes out to the crime scene, and they're doing they're looking around at some investigations. They see a lot of writing, meticulous writing on the wall with a handprint. And obviously you see the dead body. He says, yes, this is the guy, 100%. He struck again, which is weird because we find out later there's already been some copycats and some stuff looks like going on. He leaves because he says he needs to take a walk and do some thinking. So he goes out and he's thinking. There's all kind of stories where it talks about that Well, as he leaves, the one cop's like, "Who's that?" He goes, "Oh, you don't know that guy? He's already caught this killer twice. Two different people, same killer MO." So these panels kind of describe that. And then we jump to him. He's at some hotel. He's with a girl, and he's kind of relaxing, talking about, the state of the world. And she's like, "I don't pay attention to the news, et cetera, et cetera." So he draws her close to the window as they begin to talk, and then she kind of starts having a seizure. And there's this one pal, I was like, "Damn, did she get struck by lightning? What the fuck just happened to this girl?" But she kind of has a seizure. You're like, "Oh my God, what's happened to this girl?" Well, you come to find out that she's actually a love robot. She's a love machine. Right? Am I wrong on that?
Machine.
Yeah, she's a love machine. Which threw me, right? I don't know if it threw anybody else. I was like, "What the hell?"
Oh, shit.
So yeah, she's like, and something happened, and there was either a glitch or a virus. Something got in there. Hopefully, he didn't catch the virus. And so he leaves there. He's like, "Take care of her. Don't let her get cold." So obviously, he has an attachment to this love sex machine. He's walking back, and he sees some random hooligan on the street. He's painting red hand imprints on the wall. He thinks this might be related to what he just saw, but no, it's just some punk who stole a mannequin's hand and is trying to be funny because he saw something on the news or whatever. But it gives him an idea. He runs back to the crime scene. The cops are still there collecting evidence, so he goes and looks, and he sees a little smudge on the right, the side of the handprint that doesn't look like it belongs. So he calls up his buddy and says, "Hey, can you check the previous files to see if this matches? This is weird because this guy's always so meticulous. I don't think he would do this by mistake. This guy doesn't make mistakes." And the last panel was, "I think this killer might have 6 fingers." And then I threw in these extra panels down at the bottom. This was just the prior kill scene that they threw in as a preview pane of him killing the first victim. Okay, there we go. Made it through before my headphones died. That's the end. What do you think? Who read this? I read it. Bruce read it, I think.
Yeah,
I read it.
I read it. There's another series going on right now as well called The Six Fingers, which I didn't realize until I was kind of through this, and then I was doing other stuff. Didn't have time. So I want to go back, and I think they're on issue 3 maybe of that right now. I want to go back and read that right now to see if it adds context to this as well. I like a good little killer story or find the killer.
So did this remind you of Brubaker type stories? Ed Brubaker? It kind of did me in a
little bit.
Even the art was kind of, well, Brubaker doesn't do the art, but I can't think of the artist that always
Sean Phillips, I think. Yeah.
Sean Phillips. He always does colors and stuff, or the art for Brubaker. It was kind of dark and just kind of.
But it's something we've seen before. It seems like all these indie titles are becoming either horror books or sci-fi murder mysteries, or I don't know.
But isn't it a little bit better than the superhero genre? These mysteries and seeing, police detective stuff. There's only so many things I think possibly do between horror and sci-fi. You have superheroes, and it gets to a point where you want to read like just a normal story, story that deals with a crime.
Nice House by the Lake found a nice balance, and it was definitely an original story. Yeah. You can do original stories within the type of genres,
Yeah, and I mean, I don't expect them all to hit because you're always going to be getting new titles and stuff like that. If this is a larger universe, though, which I do believe it is of series, then that could be interesting wherever they end up taking that.
Indie, my experience with indie stuff is they always start out, they hit hard. They're always really good at the beginning. My problem with indies is usually how they end. So I don't know, maybe down the road we do another segment called final impressions or final thoughts on some of how they wrap up, because a lot of indies that I read, I love the way they start, and then when I stick through it and I get to the end, I feel like it's been rushed and they just had to wrap it up and didn't give a lot of thought to it. So,
Yeah.
but that's not what this segment's about. So let's just focus on first impressions.
You can call it last call for the last issue.
American Psycho is good.
It reminded me a lot of Ed Brubaker. That's as I was reading this, it just seemed a lot of very, very much the type of stuff that the detective genre,
Yeah, got little noir.
Yeah,
little
noir,
horror,
yeah.
A little touch of horror. Yeah,
It's
American
a
Psycho
good read.
series is
It's a good read. I like the art. So
yeah, it's not
I
bad.
think I'll
Like I
read
said,
the next issue.
yeah, I want to go back and read the Six Finger episode issues that are out and see how those tie in. It's not done by Ram V, it's done by somebody else. But the covers look just like these covers, and the fact that they talked about the guy at Six Fingers at the end leads me to pretty strongly believe that the books are definitely linked.
Can we all agree? Can we all agree that the person who's doing this crime is the Dread Pirate Roberts?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I have no idea.
No, American Psycho is a good. I've been hearing the story is pretty damn good. The books.
Yeah.
Dom, comic book, it opens.
I know. Lucifer.
Tom's just waiting on that chip. You guys are going to be blown away when Tom gets that chip installed.
Yeah.
True.
All right, let me throw it up here. Whoop. And it is time for your favorite segment, Trivia with Styx Boy. As I promised,
Earbuds. If my
I will
earbuds will just last through this,
I will add a new title bar every week. As this is the third week, we have our new title bar for this week. The old Trivia with Styx Boy.
Hey, listen, graphic. I don't care about graphic. I love graphic. Books really made graphic more than anything else.
What is that thing? Is that thing at the bottom eating its own foot? What the hell?
Yeah, it's medieval art is a little disturbing,
Crazy.
to say the least.
Speaking of disturbing,
Isn't that called autoerotica?
Really quick. You just brought up medieval. I just read something really quick that Greenland, it's turning that the Iceland is turning more green than ever before since the medieval times.
Maybe they'll be switching them.
That's what I'm trying to say.
all right.
So
National
welcome in.
Geographic moment for
Yeah, National Geographic will cover it no matter what.
Yes.
Don't worry. Welcome to our qualified trivia night, where we will be talking. And then, come on, move.
This is always the hardest part.
This is the hardest part. Why isn't it moving? It's not moving. All right. We'll be talking Storm today. Okay, it'll come up. It'll come up.
It's a sweet anticipation.
Yeah, it's coming.
There.
I'll try to move it a little quicker. I'll hit it now. Okay, so again, as always, we welcome you in and say, let's begin.
Thanks, Venom.
Welcome, Venom.
I'll have to just start moving these. Oh, this is going really slow today. Oh my god. Like, it's even slower than usual. Okay. I'll wait till it comes up on my phone screen here. Question number one. Storm is descended from a long line of African what? A, witch doctors. B, warrior hunters. C, freedom fighters. Or D, witch priestesses.
D, I guess.
I think you can throw out the two in the middle. Priestesses or doc. I'm going to say D.
Okay, we got B and a D in the chat.
What's the chat saying? Chat is D. We got one B.
All right, I'm going to hit my slide now. I'll give you another half an hour before it shows up.
You're going D for domination. D for October.
D for douchebag.
Wow. So the answer is
D.
D. Witch priestesses.
Don't
You're doing
be
good so
jealous,
far.
Chris Frick. I have a
Doing good
cool
so far,
nickname,
Styx.
October, baby.
All right. All right, let's move on.
Do show.
I got no complaints so far, Styx.
Well, that's good.
Huh. The first question. What do you expect?
We got a long road to go, but
Question number 2. Storm suffers from what phobia?
Oh,
Arachnophobia,
easy.
aerophobia, claustrophobia, or radiophobia?
C. Claustrophobia.
fear of radiation. Get out of here. Fear of flying. That doesn't make any sense. She flies all the
Right.
time.
Yeah, she's scared of
Fear
flying.
of, yeah, that's a C. It's C. Yeah, C. Everybody says C. Go ahead and punch the button.
See.
All right.
He
I
did
expected
minutes
more.
ago.
I expected a little more from you, Styx.
Sorry. Jeez.
Expected a little more of a
Kind of a
challenge.
more straightforward character that we got here.
We all know Dom doesn't like straightforward.
I think he just mailed it in this week, Styx. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm more than straightforward.
So,
That's what gets me in trouble because I'm very forward when it comes to
Oh.
things.
I hit it to my.
Joe, hold up his paycheck. I don't know if he's earned it.
Oh.
You're not going to get all that no money you get.
No stickers for you.
I hit the page too many times. We're coming back to it here. Okay. Question number 3. When translated, Aurora means mutant. True or false?
False.
We got a bunch of falses.
A bunch of false gods over here.
Yeah.
I picked some obscure
I'm gonna
information
say.
too.
Can I Google it real quick? Hang on.
No, maybe not.
No. I'll say false.
Okay.
I trust Bruce for. I don't know why.
The answer is indeed. Come on. There it goes. False. Aurora is translated in her language as meaning beauty.
Ah.
I do read X-Men, damn it.
Your questions I asked, Styx.
Have you asked one question, Dom?
What?
Have you answered any questions since we started this?
Oh, this?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this might be a little harder. Question 4. Storm leaves the X-Men to go to Africa and has a relationship with T'Challa during this event. Is it House of M? Is it No More Mutants? Is it Fall of the Mutants? Or is it the Executioner Saga?
Will you stop talking so I can read this? God.
Sorry.
So this actually happens. You just want to know when it happens.
Right. Which event does it happen during?
I've never heard of any of these events except for the first one, so I'm going to go with A.
Wait, what?
You ever heard of this? Jeez.
I didn't hear Brucifer chime in like right off the bat, so he must be thinking about it.
I am thinking about
Is
it
it
because
Fall of the Mutants Executioners Saga?
no more. When Scarlet Witch said no more mutants, I led directly into. God damn it!
Is it B?
It is B.
It is B, yeah.
Yes, B.
Yeah.
Because House of M, full of mutants, the Executioner Saga took place long before her and T'Challa hooked up, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So you said B.
Yes, please B.
All right, let's move the slide over.
Sorry, I had to switch over to my other speaker. They finally died on me.
Ah,
And your answer is A, House of M.
I am 3 for 3.
You did good, Jedi. You went with your gut. You're the only one you knew. But hey,
You go with what you know. I mean,
that's true. That is true. All right. Our last question. Question number 5.
seems like a shorter segment this week. I think you're getting the hang of it.
Maybe.
We got a couple of three questions this week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, another paragraph.
Storm
Holy
has
shit.
control over the atmosphere, which allows her to create the following special weather effects, except one.
Your voice distracts me.
Sorry. Is it acid rain or toxic fog?
D.
B,
Hang on,
cosmic
I gotta read
storms.
the question.
Oh, Jesus Christ. C, ocean currents, or D, affect the Earth's axis?
Axis. I don't think she has the ability to move the axis of the Earth. I know cosmic storm, ocean currents, and acid rain, and she can make that happen. But moving the Earth,
cosmic storm.
Holy shit! It's none of the above. Where's E?
I think it's B. Has to be B.
cosmic
She's
storm,
flying in space.
she can move the axis of the Earth.
She's in a mega level
I
mutant.
want to say it's
She's,
E.
Everybody's
because-
a mega level mutant. Give me a break.
Except for you.
Except for me, I'm just an average.
I don't know if she can do the thing she does just by controlling the ocean
Oh
currents.
no, I think D.
And if you mess with the axis, man, you're looking at 2012 type events going on. I don't think that's some craziness. I'm gonna say C
Mayans.
just because I don't know. The ocean's pretty important, so I'm gonna say if you fuck with the ocean currents, it messes with.
That's
things.
why Namor came out of nowhere.
It's B.
Cosmic storms,
storms?
really?
Yeah, there's no atmosphere in freaking space.
And the answer is she cannot affect
Really?
the
I
Earth's
told you.
axis.
All right, this game sucks.
That
Yeah.
was
I told you.
dumb. That
I
was
got it.
dumb.
Boom! I told
Dude,
you.
that's like some. How's that pop? That's like 2012, man. Didn't you see that movie Styx? How
I
can
did.
you-
I did like that movie.
I don't think you did.
Well, they should create cosmic
Thank you.
storms.
She can make storms.
I guess I got you in the
It
end.
took you a while.
Can't do that.
It took you a while, Styx, but you did disappoint. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was
I
coming.
want evidence that she can make cosmic storms, damn it.
I was like, Styx has finally got his act together. No.
Oh, as always, thank you, Styx. I always
You're
enjoy
welcome.
it. It's always fun.
Till next week.
Who brought this guy here?
All right, let's look at a
He
bunch
just
of
showed up
covers.
one day. Nobody's.
This one-
We felt too bad to ask him to
It's
leave.
the douche.
I wandered in.
By the way, going through X titles for covers
That's
is
why we
not
like you.
is not an easy or pleasant task. There's so
No.
many damn X titles.
Yeah.
And with a character like this, where they're not only in X titles, they're in other titles as well. It is not easy. There's not really good sites for proper chronologies. Every site has chronologies of appearances that have large gaps in them.
You know what?
And
Hey,
none of those sites have the same thing.
Hey Joe,
Right.
I was gonna say it's hard to find the right points.
Yeah, it's hard to find the right port site. You know, some people like feet, some people
Yeah,
don't like
exactly.
feet. It's it is what it is.
Some people like Kathleen Kennedy porn.
Yeah, exactly. Some people
So-
like Coders.
One thing we can all agree about is Storm's first appearance in Giant Size X-Men.
Yes.
So it got the that's her first interior panels there of Aurora, which is very nice. It's a big boy book.
Mhm.
And then, she appears pretty much on almost every title of this X-Men run, of the Claremont run, going through. There weren't too many people that were focused on a lot of the Claremont run covers initially. They were mostly all compositions of multiple characters, but she is in there in almost all of them. So
Well, she was the core character of the new X-Men, right? I mean, she was like
she is.
you would expect her to be.
She's what Scott should have been, a leader and not an asshole.
Hey, leave Scott alone, all right? He had a difficult childhood, all right?
So did everybody else.
Nobody asked you over there. Come on.
Hey, come
Too
on,
early
you're a
for you.
Justice League fan. Don't talk about the X-Men.
I talk about what I
Yes.
want over here. I read
Remember,
more X-Men than you. Come on.
2 of the X-Men can take out the whole Justice League. Remember that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Keep thinking that.
But this Claremont run was just fantastic, and you really got good team stories. It wasn't really later until they started to focus heavily on single characters more. You got a lot of good team action in these books. Like I said, she will appear pretty much on every single cover, but there's no prominent Storm covers for quite a while within the
If you get a
run.
You get those really
Yeah.
nice covers.
I mean, 103 is she's pretty prominent on there. I mean, 101 you get her in the water, but it's still a compositional piece with multiple characters. But on 103 you have her a little more prominent than others. They love having her knocked out as well in the Claremont run. She's like, a lot of times she's knocked out or laid out or something for some reason. That or flying in almost all of these covers. That any of the Cockrum covers and John Byrne covers. I like the arcade cover with Storm on there. Because you actually get her name on the cover for a change, which is nice. Sauron
Arcade is going to be the villain in the Deadpool. Arcade or Mojo. Telling you.
That would be fun. I would be happy with either of those.
Absolutely.
Again, X-Men 115. Look who's passed out. It's Storm.
It's always passed out.
I love the crazy communist cover with Colossus as well. Always fun.
Look at Lennon on there.
Yeah,
That's great.
Like I said, the Claremont run and then moving into the Byrne covers are always fantastic.
I love that Dr. Doom cover.
The Doctor Doom cover is a great classic cover. The 147 cover, I don't know why that doesn't get more love than it does. It's a great Storm cover. It's a fun cover.
They got the Darth Vader cover that homage cover.
Shake it.
Yeah. My least favorite of all Storm covers is the 165 there, the Brood cover. I just never liked that cover growing up.
Brood.
Stand it.
Brood.
Was she turning into a lizard in that cover?
Yeah, it's infected by the Brood.
Alien species.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then with 180, you start to get her new look. You get the punk look, which is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite Storm looks. I like when she has the mohawk.
I hate the way the Rogue looks in that cover. I've always hated that cover.
Well, Rogue in general looked awful when she was first introduced. Anyway, she had lunch lady hair. It was just rough. It was rough.
Yeah, the mohawk.
Yeah,
But yeah, I seen a girl at Comic-Con one day really have the mohawk and stuff like that, and dressed up as Storm. She looked badass too, man. Really, really hot.
Yeah, this is my favorite period of Storm. Of course, you got the Life and Death, the 2-issue story arc, which were pieced apart. Forge.
God, I love that cover for 214. Love that cover.
With get your Dazzler there.
Dom, you got a pair of shorts like that, right? Those short shorts.
Yeah. It's just they're short enough to let one nut fall out.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants to see that.
I had gym shorts like that, and I sat down, and my nuts didn't come out. I went to high school.
There's nothing you can do about it. That's the way they're cut.
You're not supposed to go commando in those things, Dom.
Confirmed. Dom says he has little nuts.
And he doesn't wear underwear.
Yes.
You got a nice
have little nuts.
You got a nice ladies cover on 244, which is also the first Jubilee.
Dom has lady nuts. 244, first appearance of Jubilee.
On track.
I love this cover.
Yeah,
Extinction Agenda. Oh, it's a great cover.
Yeah, Jubilee is. It always hits a soft spot for me.
Oh, such
as does Portacio with the 281 cover as well. That's just
The only thing I hated about that when they made Storm young, oh, it was so stupid. I was like, oh, nice.
She had a good run through Uncanny. Uncanny got weird for a while.
They could have done better with that middle cover.
It's a time period.
What's going on that middle cover?
Jizzing all over.
The time period was not the best in terms of some of the art that was out there, but that is an iconic Storm cover. It's
I imagine. I
always
kind of
highly
want it.
recognizable.
I love that cover.
I kind of want it
She had
now.
Yeah,
a bunch of lovers too, right? Between
Bride of Dracula.
Gala, Forge, Wolverine.
so you got the annuals. I don't know why people miss out on the annuals.
The annuals are great.
So you got in 6, you got a great Bill Sienkiewicz cover. You got an Art Adams and Walt Simonson cover on 9. You got another Art Adams cover on 10, which also has the X Babies in it.
X Babies, let's go.
Yeah,
Mama Bear is funny.
and Longshot. If you're a Longshot fan, I dig Longshot.
I love you, Baba.
She wasn't, in too much of that regular X-Men run that broke off into the 90s. So you don't get too much of her in there, especially cover-wise. There's barely anything of her really doing cover work. And because it was that time period in the 90s, it was awful.
Nice.
But the later Uncanny run
Nice.
of the original Volume 1 Uncanny run that ran into 549 or whatever.
544. It was
544.
544.
This run, toward the end of it, you had a lot of good covers and a lot of good cover art in general. But there were some great sleeper rogue covers in here as well.
Oh, she's knocked out again.
Yep, yeah, taking a nap. Likes to sleep.
Nice.
Likes to sleep on the covers.
That's a nice ad shot, though. Ash is come on, right?
Yeah, I still pick up when I find the tail end of this Uncanny run. I still pick these up all the time because they're fun covers.
And if you
And
can
you
find
had-
them in newsstand, even better.
Oh yeah, and you had good writers. I mean, Brubaker was writing at this point. And you had good stuff, and you had all those Dodson covers toward the end of this run as well. A lot of good stuff. Speaking of Dodson,
I love Dodson. Dodson and Land, love these covers.
yeah. And then don't forget, Magic and Storm had a mini series. Don't sleep on these. I love these minis. I think Mama Bear made a Beauty and the Beast joke earlier, but there is a Beauty and the Beast mini with Beast and Kitty Pryde. It was a Marvel mini as well. But the Magic one, it fluctuates in price a bit, kind of up and down, but a lot of times you can find either the full run really cheap or at least the first issue cheap, or piece them together pretty cheap. But it's a nice little run to have because it is a mid-age Magic, whereas some of those other books you have a baby Magic, and then you have full-grown Magic. So it's a good little series to piece together if you're a Magic fan or a Storm fan. And of course, don't sleep on classic X-Men covers as well. I know they're reprints of original stories, but they're
McFarlane covers in the reprints.
There's Hughes covers,
These covers, Spider-Man,
McFarlane's covers, there's
Spider-Man
Adams covers.
Adam covers.
There's all kinds of goodies in those classic X-Men covers that are definitely worthwhile. And a lot of times you find still dirt cheap. She also appeared in ROM. She was in ROM if you're a ROM fan.
Yep.
Some of the other goodies. She was on the cover of the Marvel swimsuit issue, which was nice. Nice Silvestri cover there. You had your Ultimate series there with Ultimate Storm. That Piccolo, that X-Men Unlimited is a great Storm cover. It's a unique Storm that you don't see. It's fun to see Storm kind of done a little bit differently, and that is a fun cover. I believe that's a Mayhew in the middle. Not my favorite Storm cover, but
it looks kind of mannish.
How dare you?
A good Extreme X-Men cover as well. I'll get into the Black Panther, but I didn't want to leave it out this early, so I threw one in there. And there's more good Black Panther later, but you know she does have her relationship and marriage and breakup and all those good fun things with Black Panther. If you're a fan of that storyline as well, so if you're not a big X-Men fan, but maybe like the character a bit, you can follow those Black Panther stories, which are also very good as well. Some fun X-Men. God, there were so many X-Men titles.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Once they got through Uncanny and then started rebooting stuff, everything just went weird and silly. Yeah. So many titles, so many reboots. I love the cat cover. I find it hilarious because there's Storm as a cat. There's Jubilee back there as a cat. It's fun.
Psylocke.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the orange one?
That's a good question. It has the spiked collar, so I'm trying to.
Rogue.
Hey,
I said it.
Hey, sir.
Quiet.
This is fun, Fantastic Four cover as well with Storm. as are the Uncanny X-Force covers as well. She did show up on a West Coast Avengers cover. I always like West Coast Avengers. It's a sleeper title. There's some good stuff and good appearances in those West Coast Avengers books. She has had a few solo titles as well. Some of the covers better than others on those solo titles. Truthfully, some of her best covers, I would say, have been recently and have been on that volume of Marauders. They had just some really, really good Storm covers where she was the focus of those covers.
Nice.
Yeah, which is another series that people.
I do like that. The X of Swords cover and a variant.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's your Daughterman there. Shout out to Lopez.
Nakayama.
Yeah, you got your Nakayama there. And she always pops up on these Women of Marvel covers as well, which is always nice things to have, because those go under the radar as well. Sometimes they just kind of slip them out there, and sometimes there's not much of a buzz about them, but every now and then there's like one or two of the covers that end up being really hot. That art germ is the bee's knees in terms of books out there. That first book, that one still goes for a nice bit of money in a 9.8 as well. Milo Manara. I love the X-Women cover.
Love that cover
my...
middle. Campbell.
Yep, you got it. Jay Campbell in the middle. That one's an exclusive from his site, I believe. And then you have the Worlds Apart, which was great.
Is that a wraparound?
It's a connecting.
Oh, connecting. Okay.
Yeah. It's probably one of her best ones from Solo series. She did have a Before the Storm, kind of a origin young Storm series as well, which was a little 4-issue mini. This Still Freeze is, granted, if Stan Lee wasn't on that cover, it would be one of the best covers because I love the cover. It's a great Black Panther cover, but also a great Storm cover. Jenny. It's a good Black Panther connecting cover, which is nice. It's fun to put together connecting covers sometimes and see them all together. So if you're a Frizen fan, if you're a Storm fan, Black Panther fan, it's a nice set to get in that run of 16, 17, and 18. You have the marriage and relationship of Black Panther throughout the volumes as well. So you got a lot of good Storm and Black Panther covers. There's the wedding there, the Frank Cho, first one.
I got that one, the middle one.
I love the one on the far right, the Black Panthers one. You don't
a great cover.
You don't get a ton of unique Storm covers.
Like Foxy Brown.
Most of the Storm covers you get tend to draw Storm like Storm. Like, here's the outfit Storm wears. Here's Storm. So it is fun to see something different, and that one is definitely different and a fun cover. And I believe this is the last one here. Just some more Jenny, because if you like Jenny Frizen, you're a Frizen collector. Hey, here's where the Storm sits. X-Men Red, you got a couple covers with Storm, which are nice. The X-Men Red covers that she did in general, that Frizen did, are sharp covers. They look really nice in hand as well. And then she's in that Fearless series as well with Electro and Wasp. So there we go. There's some covers for you for Storm this week.
Nice. Good job on the covers.
Yeah, it was a hard one for me this week. It was really hard to curate. Some characters are easier than others to kind of follow through. I'd like to try to do them in time order, but man, it's a mess because you get to one point and you're like, oh, what about this series? And then you gotta go back and back and back. And yeah, with a character like this, they show up in so many places. And the X characters, it's like a maze trying to track them through every place they go because they have so many titles.
I think this is hard. You think this is hard? Do a spotlight on Batman.
Hey, yeah, that's
that's
a lot of years. It's a lot of years and a lot of books. At least you're good up. You're good up to a certain point though, because it's relatively straightforward. Yeah. And then you get to the 80s and you start taking all kinds of fun U-turns.
17 different series for Batman.
I know. All righty. Last up tonight, I figured we'd do some romance covers, or at least some love-themed covers in general, and in honor of Valentine's Day. That's what we're known for
here is romance.
Of course.
Love is in the air.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Dudley. I appreciate it.
Oh, you did mine first.
Thanks, Kinkel.
Oh,
I didn't know if your earbuds were going to.
Yeah, well, I threw them back in. They'll last a little bit longer. I charged them during your storm thing there. So Joe's like, hey, we're going to do the Valentine's Day or romance covers, and I was like, okay, well that sounds interesting. So little Google, and it turned out to find some pretty fun ones out there. I didn't have to look much further than this Weird Love series. Weird Love number 4. Just a lot of the things they say. The first one, I couldn't I couldn't get over trailer trash girl, too fat to frug.
What?
I don't even know what that means.
What is this?
Too fat to frug. I don't even know what they said in the. If you're in a jam, we'll slip away tonight and be married. Okay, that's not even funny. But the trailer trash girl is too fat to frug. I thought was funny.
That's what he's trying to say.
And then the next one, I got to blow this up because I can't even see it. So number 1, collector's edition. Did I pick this one?
Oh my God, Kinky Six Bizarro.
You had it on there. These were the
Oh,
three.
Kinky Six. Yeah, there had to be a reason I picked this. Let me get out of here. He's calling me. I can't hear him. In this issue, Love and Lunatic. I feel okay. So I think the reason I picked this one is
Oh my God,
is because of the middle one. I fell for a commie, but the one that some of us can relate to if our wives snore, it's like you're also snore, dear darling.
I'm the snorer.
And then, of course, and then you've got A Beautiful Booty. So I know that Dom would probably want to read that one. And then last one to take a cynical view of Valentine's Day and what females want on Valentine's is gifts and things like that. And just what must I do to get those diamonds and pearls? Well,
become an escort.
You know what you got to do if you want the good stuff. That's all I'm saying.
And I love the trade dress on top that says Sex, Drugs, and Ronald Reagan.
Sex, Drugs, and Ronald Reagan, yeah. Anyway, those are my picks. I did the best I could.
Yeah, they're fun.
All right, so, these ones were mine. So I thought I'd pick a couple fun ones as well. I came across this swamp thing, and I think that's the Frankenstein's bride and Frankenstein behind him there. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, he was a little pissed.
Yeah. He's looking a little buffed up too there back there. So he's ready for a tussle.
He's jacked. He's quite jacked.
Who couldn't have Valentine's Day without Spider-Man as Cupid?
I saw that cover too. I was like,
just a weird little fun cover. That
is a weird one.
That's like a 1 in 10 for that issue, I think. And then I found this Batman one here where he's going to date this girl at the
Magda.
Yeah.
and Robin's coming in to cock block him.
Yeah. Batman.
The
police commissioner's calling us. Not now. Not now. I'm gonna score.
Let's do the Batusi.
Yeah.
Poor Batman getting cock blocked.
I'm gonna score.
Now wonder why. He hates all his adopted children.
Yeah.
Go away.
Those are my picks.
Good stuff.
Oh, these are my picks. The first couple of Disney, Mickey and Minnie. Who doesn't love Mickey and Minnie?
I like Goofy in the back. He's tearing them sandwiches.
Why is it that Goofy's a dog and he walks up straight and talks, and Pluto just sits there and that? I don't understand that. You ever think of that?
Why genetics, Pee-wee.
Why Goofy?
He's not a dog.
Goofy's a dog.
No, he's not.
Goofy's a dog.
No, he's not. I refuse to believe that. And then I picked the first couple of Golden Age TV, Ricky and Ricardo.
Oh, Ricky.
Shenanigans that went on in that show, but they still loved each other until the divorce in real life.
Oh yeah, even that could be.
So and then Lady and the Tramp. I love Lady and the Tramp. The dog from the wrong side of the tracks. There's a dog right there.
Good cue.
Goofy is not a dog. Thank you, Degrassi.
No, but
can we circle back to that though? If he's not a dog, what is he?
What is he then, Degrassi? Let me know.
He's wearing a collar.
It's a dog.
What is he?
It's a friggin' dog.
Pluto is definitely a dog. Goofy is definitely a dog.
Pluto has a far easier life.
Oh yeah. You got Chase Chip and Dale around all the time.
All right, these are my choices. So my first is good old Young Love, because there's no better to cover than a man holding a young nun, telling her, "I know you love me." Admit it. I tried to hit multiple eras here. That's more of a 70s book.
I love you more than God.
I loved the Romantic Confessions cover.
The devil won that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
When Joe was picking these covers, you had the devil over here and the angel over here. The angel was like, don't do it.
She
Joe.
can't resist that
Don't
deep V of that shirt on that guy. There's no way.
Oh yeah.
No, who can?
Yeah, he's taking her from the convent. The second one I love. I find it hilarious that while he's putting the jacket on the woman he's with, he's whispering to the cigarette girl that he'll be back to pick her up in about an hour. Cracks me up. And last but not least, I had to pick at least one Matt Baker book. Matt Baker is the best of Golden Age, and his books. If you happen to find any Matt Baker romance books, pick them up and take them, because they go for quite a grip. One just sold this past week for $14,000. So
that's nice change.
People don't pay attention. People don't pay attention to romance comics. They were,
I gotta say,
heavily abused for years, and they were through the 70s they were a bit abused, but the older stuff,
sticky pages.
There's not a lot on the census. They were read, like most comic books of this era. They were read. They weren't saved. So again, there's not many on the censuses, and you take a Golden Age artist like Matt Baker and put him on some of these books, they are worth quite a pretty penny. But I also love the fact that she's fighting over Jock here, saying, "How dare you horn in on my date? Jock belongs to me." The ginger is saying, "You're wrong. Jock belongs."
Wait, the redhead. Let's. Well,
yeah.
Can we just like
the
evil gingers?
I have a soul, damn it.
She snaps back that you're wrong. Jock belongs to any girl that's willing to give him what he wants. And I love Jock. I love Jock, who's sitting there completely uninterested in anything but the milkshake that he's drinking. So
he's slurping that milk up pretty good.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Nasty. But,
and
last but not least.
And of course, I did not read the homework assignment. Everybody took 3 books and different romance novels. I saw this Marvel Valentine's Day special. It's a nice cover. I like the whole love is in the air and Spotty bringing the flowers. The story's pretty good inside. They try to help a little kid that is a geek and he wants a girlfriend. And he
story of Dom's life.
So he tries being something he's not, and then they tell him you should just be yourself. The moral of the story is that you'll never get what you want if you don't be yourself
and have money.
Exactly. Because the moral of the story is that if you're an ugly fuck and you have a bunch of cash, that's the girl you want. So there you go.
There you go.
Here,
easy
I
as
got
that.
some love right here. There you go. Here, I got a Boba Fett Cupid shirt. There you go. There's the love right there.
Yeah, the new
Put those boobies away.
Yeah. If you haven't done so yet, please sub up to both Renovision and Bruce's channel over there at Kingdom of Nerds, followed by an underscore. Don't forget the underscore. Let's see. Tomorrow we have SNS on Renovision. Yeah. Sunday, Bruce, 7:00.
Yep. Between the covers, where we all come to celebrate our hobby.
That's horribly dirty, and I'm on that show as well.
Pages in that show, sticky pages.
Sticky pages.
And
Cool.
God damn you, Dub. I like that.
after that, you can pop back over to Renovision for all your Star Wars news. This week, I think you're getting a Marco list free Star Wars show.
What?
So don't
And
tell us, tell me Marco.
believe Pete will be on this week in his stead.
Wait,
So,
you just call Marco Tinky Winky?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I go back a ways. I don't know if we've ever had a Marco less Star Wars show before. Going back to when we first started the show.
One.
Maybe
I
one.
did-
Maybe one.
Maybe I can't recall.
Who's running the show then?
The
Wayseeker.
inmates.
Hi,
The inmates.
Wayseeker.
The inmates are running the asylum.
Oh, it's gonna be a
Wayseeker, and then
whole new
and then
segment.
Thane.
Rolling down.
All nubs all
That
day.
means I could friggin' go on a rant. No.
Yeah. So.
is JJ gonna be on there? JJ's mean now. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
JJ's good. He's a good guy.
I haven't watched Star Wars show in a while.
He's angry.
This High Republic stuff. Over
Listen,
my head.
you have Wayseeker loving Nubs, loving the blue teddy bear. Here I am loving Boba Fett all the friggin' time.
We've talked about that show enough.
Monday, you can pop back in for Bruce's show on Monday.
Monday Madness.
There you go at 9:00.
Yep, 9 p.m.
There you go.
Eastern.
Wednesday, you can watch the boys of TAC on Renovision with Dubs and Marco and Pete, and loop back around to the Hot 10 on Fridays at 9, and then back to us.
Back to the qualified.
Yes, thank you everybody for showing up tonight. Always appreciate you all hanging out.
One more thing.
Okay.
Thank you, chat. Thank you for letting everybody know that Goofy's a dog. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry to grass.
Okay.
Goofy's a dog.
Not a dog. He's goofy.
Okay.
I'm Goofy. It's a dog.
Now I have homework for next week to try to figure out exactly what type of animal Goofy is. supposed to be.
Character We're gonna do a character spotlight on Goofy. You won't know.
Oh,
No.
God.
There you go.
No, please no.
Ain't going down that road.
I used to watch Goof Troop. Come on.
I think it's time for a little Wonder Woman spotlight.
Oh God.
Well, what are the Beagle Boys? Are the Beagle Boys dogs?
They're beagles, of course they are.
Hey, let's have a spotlight on Heathcliff and Riff Raff.
Don't listen to Dom.
What? What?
Don't listen to
This
him.
is why you're not a showrunner.
The Cadillac Cats.
I love the Cadillac Cats.
Cadillac Cats are good, man. Come on.
I do
And on
enjoy
that note,
show quite a bit.
I'm the guy.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much all for showing up tonight. Anybody else have any final last words for this beautiful Friday night?
enjoy your long weekend. Be safe out there.
Yep. Happy President's Day.
There you go.
Never take Coke from a stranger.
That's probably a wise choice.
Exactly.
All right. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Left for Styx.